This story is more than just news, it's a sobering reminder of the fragility of everyday heroes among us, and how one community's pillar of strength faced an unthinkable fate. In today's episode, we bring you a tragic story from Sengkang Central, Singapore. A 70-year-old Yakult delivery woman who had been serving her community for 33 years succumbed to her injuries after a vicious assault, leaving many to wonder how such violence could happen to someone so well-loved and respected. What could possibly push someone to attack a defenseless elderly woman, and what can we, as a society, do to protect the most vulnerable among us? On the 29th of October, a brutal assault took place at Block 272B Sengkang Central. It was around 9 p.m. when the 70-year-old Yakult delivery woman was attacked on the 9th floor of the block. The attacker, identified as 30-year-old Lim Chuan Zun, was reportedly attempting to steal her phone. He punched her, and during the attack, it is said that he hurled vulgarities at her. She was left bleeding from the head, but it wasn't clear just how serious her injuries were at first. This wasn't just any Yakult lady. She had been delivering Yakult for 33 years, raising 3 children alone after the tragic death of her husband in 1987. Imagine the courage it takes to do that, working tirelessly in a job that required physical effort, under all kinds of weather conditions, always showing up at the doorstep with a smile. She was a fixture in her neighborhood, almost like family to the residents. Have you ever had a neighbor who has become like family to you? Let us know in the comments below how a community member has touched your life. Despite her condition, this Yakult delivery auntie remained committed to her work. Can you imagine being in such a state yet worrying about the next delivery? It speaks volumes about the dedication she had. According to messages from her family, she even attempted to contact her next customer to ensure that they would receive their Yakult. Passers-by eventually noticed her with blooded clothes and a swollen forehead. They called for the police and an ambulance. She was rushed to Sengkang General Hospital, where a brain scan confirmed that her condition was critical. Despite the best efforts of medical professionals, she entered a deep coma. On the 6th of November, a week after the assault, her family made the heartbreaking decision to remove life support, and she passed away shortly afterward. How do we even begin to comprehend a tragedy like this? This was a woman who dedicated her life to providing for her family and being a consistent, friendly presence for her neighbors. It's the kind of tragic news that makes you think about the state of our world. How is it that such violence happens, and to those who least deserve it? Share your thoughts. What steps should be taken to ensure the safety of our elderly and community workers? The suspect, Lim Chuan Zun, was initially charged on the 31st of October with voluntarily causing grievous hurt. On the 15th of November, additional charges were filed against him, including 2 charges under the Protection from Harassment Act for vulgarities directed at the victim, a charge of affray, 1 for committing a rash act endangering the lives of others, and 1 for refusing to sign a recorded statement. Interestingly, these additional 4 charges are not related to the attack on the Yakult delivery woman, but pertain to other incidents in the vicinity of Block 272B since May 2023. Lim allegedly justified himself in a court hearing on the 15th of November, where he reportedly said, "It's just a punch." But can we ever dismiss such a crime with a casual statement like that? It's just a pun that ended an entire life, an entire legacy of sacrifice, love, and resilience. Should our laws take a tougher stance on assaults, especially when they involve vulnerable members of our community? Let us know what you think about this. If convicted, Lim faces up to 10 years imprisonment, a fine, or caning for the charge of voluntarily causing grievous hurt. Justice, however, isn't just about punishment, it's about the message it sends to society. What should be done to deter future incidents like this? Should our community policing be more vigilant, or do we need stronger community bonds to protect each other better? The family of the victim remembers her as a kind and inspiring figure, a woman who managed to single-handedly raise her children after her husband's passing, all while faithfully serving her community. A family member shared the sorrow of their loss, saying, "We've lost our loved one to a ruthless assault. We hope justice is served and that such incidents won't happen again, especially to neighborhood delivery personnel." It's a call not only for justice but for prevention. How can we better protect our neighborhood workers? One commenter on Hardware Zone painted a vivid picture of the Yakult Auntie's role in their lives. "This auntie has seen our daughter grow from a baby to now a primary 1 student. She always kept the flavor my daughter likes. Every Tuesday around 8 p.m. our doorbell rang and my daughter would rush to greet her. She's the first person my daughter learned how to count change with. She was like family to us. This story reminds us of how people we often take for granted, those we see as part of our routine, are actually contributing in small yet significant ways to our lives. The victim's funeral was held on the 10th of November, and she was cremated, leaving behind not only her family but also an entire community of people who have been touched by her kindness and dedication. We want to know your thoughts. What can be done to ensure neighborhood delivery personnel and vulnerable members of our community are kept safe? Are harsher penalties the answer, or does the solution lie in how we as a society treat one another? The investigation is ongoing, and the case is set for another hearing on the 22nd of November. Stay with us at 22:30 as we keep you updated on this tragic story and the trial proceedings. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on further updates. And remember, your voice matters. Let us know in the comments below how we can come together to make our neighborhoods safer. It's time we think about the people who make our communities thrive and how we can protect them.